They promised a fair shot, they delivered chaos. From locked doors to server crashes, this isn't just an exam scandal. It's a slap in the face to millions of students. The government wants you to believe that it's an accident. But what they are not telling you is the history of a broken system.
में जो SSC में हुआ है, ठीक है, जो घोटाला हुआ है या फिर जो उनकी जो जितना भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वो ठीक से काम नहीं कर रहा.
The incompetence that caused it and the students who are now fighting back. Hello everyone and welcome. If you have been following the news, you have probably seen headlines about students protesting, teachers being detained, and a massive scandal around government exam. The whole thing is a mess. Millions of young people are worried sick. So what exactly happened? How did we get here? And what does the whole story tell us about the system that's supposed to give us a fair shot at a secure job? Today, we are going to break it down all for you. We are going to pull back the curtains on the lies, the incompetence, and the sheer audacity of those who are responsible. This isn't just about an exam. It's about a broken system and a generation demanding justice. First, let's understand the story. What was the incident that started all of this? The exams we are talking about are for the SSC Selection Post Phase 13 exam. This exam started on July 24, 2025 and was supposed to run for a whole week. But from day one, it was a disaster.
SMS आता है कि आपका एग्जाम कैंसिल कर दिया गया है.
बच्चों के साथ सिस्टम बंद हो गए थे, फिर उनको रीअसाइन करा गया.
The chaos started with the exam centers themselves. At two specific centers, Pawan Ganga Education Center 2 in Delhi and Educasa International in Habubili, the exam was cancelled without any prior notice. Imagine that. You have spent months, maybe years of your life preparing. You have emptied your pockets to travel from a small town to a big city only to be met with a locked door and a shrug. It's not a joke. It's a huge financial and emotional loss. It's almost as if the management of these exams thought a surprise cancellation would add a little excitement to an already stressful day. But the problems weren't limited to just two centers. Across the whole country, students faced a slew of technical issues. They reported that computers crashing mid-exams, malfunctioning biometric machines that couldn't verify their identities, and servers that just went down, causing precious minutes to tick away.
किसी का माउस काम नहीं कर रहा है, सिस्टम काम नहीं कर रहा है.
स्टार्ट हो रहा है और जो उनकी टीम आ रही है ना, उनको ये नहीं पता माउस वो एक माउस दूसरा लाके लगा रहे हैं, उसमें ये क्या टेक्निकल इश्यू वो उनको नहीं पता कुछ भी.
One candidate, a student from Indore, reported that his exam, which was supposed to be 1 hour test, stretched to an 4-hour long process because of a constant technical failure. He only finished late at night. The chaos was so widespread that the SSC itself had to admit that over 55,000 candidates were affected by what it called gaps in data. This is not a handful of unlucky students. This is a large-scale failure affecting thousands of lives. Many people, including the governments, are blaming the private company hired to conduct the exam, Eduquity. But if you look at the history, this is a much bigger problem. It's a systematic failure. The system wants you to believe that it's the fault of one bad actor, but that's a lie. This isn't a new story. It's a tired, predictable sequel. We have seen this movie before, the CGL SSC 2017 exam scandal. The paper was leaked, protests erupted, and what was the response? The Supreme Court had to step in and a new agency was formed to bring some integrity into the process. The same kinds of promises were made back then as well to fix the system. But here we are again, years later with a different name but the exact same problem.
टेंडर जो चेंज हुआ है उसकी ये हालत है, उनके पास प्रॉपर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है. हम पेन, पेपर, माउस और की इनके लिए नहीं लड़ सकते हैं मैम.
You know what the problem is? The government contracts out these multi-billion rupee exams to the lowest bidder, often to the companies with a known history of failure. The priority isn't security or fairness, it's cost cutting. It's the government favorite magic trick. They create a problem, then they blame the contractor, and then they hire a new contractor who will inevitably create the same problem all over again. This shows that the problem isn't the vendors, it's the entire system. There's no serious quality check done. There's no accountability. The system is designed to allow these failures to happen. They don't care about a fair exam as long as the cost cutting looks good on the spreadsheet. As these stories of a broken exam spread, students and teachers decided that they had enough. They organized a protest, a Delhi Chalo campaign to get the attention of the government. In Delhi, thousands of students gathered peacefully to demand a fair system. The message was simple: our future is not for sale. But instead of a meeting with officials, they got police barricades. In many reports and viral videos, students claimed that they were pushed around by the police and some were even arrested.
टीचरों को फिर से खदेड़ा जा रहा है, अपने टीचर को बचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये पुलिस ने पकड़ा है और छात्रों ने भी अपने टीचर को पकड़ रखा है।
The saddest part? Popular teachers like Rakesh, Yadav and Neetu Singh, who have dedicated their lives to helping these students, were reportedly detained. The message was loud and clear. Your pain is not a crime, but your protest, it is. But the students aren't just protesting on the streets, they are taking the fight to the court. In an important development, a petition has been filed in the Supreme Court asking for an inquiry into the entire SSC exam process. The students want a full, independent investigation. They are not just asking for a re-exam. They want the government to cancel the contract with the current vendor and bring in a more reliable system that can actually do its job. It's a strange situation, isn't it? The same system that failed to conduct a simple exam for its students is now having to answer for its failure in the highest court in the land.
लोकेशन जो हो वो एक्सेसिबिलिटी आराम से हो, हमारा मैनेजमेंट हमारा ठीक हो, कंप्यूटर हमारा ठीक चले, माउस हमारा ठीक चले, डेस्क हमारा ठीक हो, चेयर हमारा ठीक हो, वॉशरूम ठीक हो, पानी पीने के लिए ठीक हो, स्टाफ का जो बिहेवियर है बच्चों के साथ वो ठीक हो।
ये बड़ा छोटा था, 13 तारीख से सीजीएल का बड़ा एग्जाम होने वाला है। अगर एक छोटे एग्जाम में ये परिस्थिति है तो सोचिए 35-40 लाख जो जाएंगे 13 तारीख से, उनका क्या हालत होने वाला है।
So where does this leave us? The SSC has now been forced to postpone another major exam, the SSC CGL 2025, which was supposed to start in August. This shows that the problem is so big that it's affecting all the upcoming exams as well. For the 55,000 students whose exam was messed up in July, a re-exam has been announced for August 29. But the trust? That's broken. The future of millions of young people is now in a big question mark. The students aren't asking for a favor. They are demanding what they deserve, a fair chance. They are demanding a system where their hard work, not a server crash or a paper leak, decides their future. And as always, we will be here to keep an eye on the story. We will demand answers and make sure the voice of these students are not forgotten. If you believe this issue is important, please hit that like button, subscribe and share this video. Your support helps us to keep the stories going. Until next time, stay confident and keep fighting for what's right.